Showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the show. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Hey, we got two people over here so far. We're going to get started. Before we get started, for those of you who want to know, yes, I am drinking more water than I usually do. Yeah. Hear that sound of the water, but don't be fooled. I have my drinking right on the other side. All right, before we get started with cruise tips for this week, I'm just going to do a quick review on some of the major news stories concerning the cruise industry. As soon as I did my sippy sip. Ah. Hey, what's good? All right, the first contestant is Cruise Vet. What is going on, my brother? Let me go ahead and do this real quickly. Let's see here. If you want to join this special occasion, hey, you want to come in there and join the fun? We're going to get started. So let's get started with the quick recap of this week's news. Let's see here. News number one. Those y'all didn't hear. Well, there was an incident on board the Royal Caribbean Quantum of the Seas. Apparently, when they were doing their routine uh, lifeboat drill, one of the one of the drill boats went out of control and fell off the wires as they was lowering it down for the regular test. This is what they said what happened. A startling video of the Quantum of the Seas, the ship's number one, number 12 light boat on the port side of the ship detached from its moorings and fell into the water. And it caused some damages. Luckily, nobody was injured, and a lot of people did not. Oh, there he is. Uh,
Hey,
what,
what's going on?
what's going on? Oh, not much. I just before we always say this. Thank you for your service, bro. You know, I always say that when I see you or see you on
Appreciate it.
chat. I'm just talking about the news. You heard what happened with the Quantum of the Seas.
Oh, that was the lifeboat thing. It came
Yes.
loose or something.
Apparently, they're doing their routine drills, and this is what a lot of people do not see when they go to port. While everybody's out of port doing their shopping or excursions, the crew are doing a life boat drills, and apparently one of them detached from one of the loorings and fell in the water, and there was some damage. I think there were two options. I don't know. I can't see if they left it there or they put it back on. The news report says that. So yeah, there's very interesting things are going on, man. It's because of this. When we went through COVID, they're not. I guess they're not doing the regular meetings like they used to back in the day. So let's see. I'm just reading here. Okay, so basically they have no update on that one. And did you hear about the Viking cruise ship got hit by a rogue wave?
Yeah, I saw that one. I know those are some rough seas down there. So, I mean, you never
Yeah.
know what's going to be coming at you.
Well, yeah, but see, it happened on Tuesday, and a lot of people did not report it until yesterday, which is unusual. Well, it said it hit, I think it was the port side of the ship, and it killed one person, injured four. The person that was killed was an American, and it was an American female. No names or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, it's very unusual to find road. Well, I think it's down there in the Antarctic.
Yeah,
And
those
those
seas
seas
are.
are,
You get some
mhm,
huge swells down there. It's
yeah, very,
you really. I mean, I wouldn't even be. I don't know that I would spend a whole lot of a whole lot of time. On the outside of the ship if I was down in that part of the ocean.
well, apparently the news report said they had some issues at the beginning of the day. The weather was rough, and basically he didn't want to turn back because apparently they were heading towards Argentina. He didn't want to turn back. So basically, he said he's going to go through it. So there might be some lawsuits going on.
Could be.
Just saying.
I
Yeah,
know
but
that
and then the
that
major
used to happen in the Navy quite a bit. They would send out, because you get the message traffic every morning in the weather reports, and
hmm
we were supposed to leave on like a Monday. The weather report would come out, and they would tell the captain, "Hey, we don't advise you to go out." But you get some of these guys that are new captains, and they want to make a name for themselves, and so they think, "Oh, to hell with the weather report. I'm just going to go out there." And the next thing you know, we're out there getting tossed around like Gilligan's Island or something. And it used to be a pretty regular occurrence with the Navy, anyway.
yeah, but
You think the cruise
maybe
lines would be a little bit more cautious with paying customers, people that could sue you.
well, some of those Navy captains probably get court martial or get recommended because if the ship is damaged or your crew is injured, that's what they call the JAG. that, that's why I like that show, the JAG. It's telling the true things, what's going on in the
Well,
military court.
yeah, I can remember one instance the captain did that. He ignored the warning not to go out. He did it. There was millions of dollars worth of damage. Radars got taken out, and then when we came back in, the admiral had one of his people on the pier. They had a car, waiting. And
Yeah.
as soon as the ship was tied up, he was getting in that car, and I have no idea where he went, but we didn't see him for the rest of the day. It was kind of
Well, he probably got detained and then he got to go through the court martial thing. I mean, yeah, it's just captain's discretion when you take the ship because you're responsible for your passengers or your men and women under your command. You're responsible for that ship.
yeah.
So you wait, but the name of the cruise ship is the Viking Polaris, and it's Viking cruise ship is one of those smaller cruise companies. But yeah, that's one of the trips I would not like to do. And the other part of Alaska, that's just too cold for me.
Well,
That's just cold. Mm-mm.
did you see that other story about the guy that fell off and and got rescued? And I saw his interview on Good Morning America, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first and foremost, I'm glad the guy lived, and I'm glad he seems to be in good health. But the
Uh,
story that he's telling, I mean, I don't know. I'm not buying it because on one hand he says, "Well, I don't remember how much I had to drink," but then on the other hand he says, "But I know I wasn't drunk." You
yeah,
know what I'm
see,
saying? So if you don't know how much you had to drink, then how can you say that you know that you weren't drunk? Can't remember anything else, but except, oh, I know I wasn't drunk.
but
Very
here's the thing.
strange.
Now here's the thing: the people that know how much you drink is Carnival.
Oh, for sure. They have
So
a statement. You have that sign and sale printout. You know.
yeah. Well, they have that in your computer system, and basically, if he's going to try to sue anybody or try to sue Carnival or whatever it happened, it was just that story for 7 minutes was just like, okay, really? First of all, you remember you had two drinks at the
I don't.
early the day. You remember that, but you don't remember when you were drinking with your sister at night. And they showed a video. He was playing the air guitar, and
Right.
it looked like he was like a little bit pretty intoxicated right around there.
Yeah.
So, but the sad thing is, and like you said, it's incredible he survived. The sad thing is, he gonna get some money out of this.
Oh, yeah. There'll be a book deal for sure, at the very least.
He'll get a book deal or a movie deal. You never know, a documentary. You know.
Be a lifetime movie.
hmm hmm And then did he? I didn't see the whole interview. Did the lady say would you go back on the cruise? Did he say yes?
Oh yeah, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm open to going back because I guess this happened like the very first day. So he was like, yeah, I didn't even really get to experience the cruise. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, and I'm thinking, well, see, you got more of an experience than a lot of us got. That's for
Oh,
sure.
oh yeah. He got. No. I could not tread water for what they said. He said it's probably about 21 hours.
Yeah.
I would not position because if I was in that position, I would be thinking what's underneath me.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying, if I am in that position, only thing I'm thinking about is that theme song for Jaws. Uh-oh. Oh man, we lost you. Hold on. What the hell? We lost you. Oh man, what happened? Oh, what is going on? Can you hear me?
sorry about that.
Uh
My cable, I got my cables running underneath my desk, and I
huh.
put my foot down on the cable, and it unplugged it. So from my webcam, the
Okay.
whole thing just like I was sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I said, what in the world? I
I
said,
guess
you been working?
I got to run these wires a different way or something.
Yeah. See, I have my laptop on my bed. I don't have a desk. I'm looking for a get rid of desk, but yeah, look at this. Mhm.
Oh yeah,
It's
is
right
that the
there.
same model from the other day?
No, this is okay. Let's see. Bought this one on Thursday. I think
Oh,
you were
okay.
you here Thursday? I guess you.
Well, I got my
Oh,
little Dr. Pepper Zero, so
but I had it with a breakfast today. It's happy hour somewhere.
that's true. Oh, they got the Big 12 championship game on right now.
Yeah, I am not. Oh, what am I watching? Oh, I was watching Too Fast, Too Furious. I, let's see here, Channel 8. I totally forgot about TCU, but I know they were playing. Uh,
Yeah, the K State's up 14-10.
wow, yeah, it's still early. They just started the third quarter. TCU.
USC lost. Was it last night? USC lost,
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I said, wow.
and then
So
Alan Jackson died today.
who?
Alan Jackson, the country singer. He's
Wait, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
he was only
that.
64 years old.
Oh wow, wait a minute. They got. Oh wow. Kansas just got a safety on TCU. Are you kidding me?
Oh wow.
Okay. Now they're gonna be pissed off. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, you're ahead of me, I think.
Oh, you're lucky that's not a touchdown. I see the replay. Okay, he's going for his head. Oh, okay, yeah. Also, live ball. I mean, he's going to his head. Oh, they're gonna refuse that one. Anyways, yeah. Alan Jackson. Wow.
Yeah, just somebody posted it earlier, and he was only 64. I mean, I know he had some health issues going on, but man,
Yeah, he was just on the CMAs
yeah,
a couple weeks ago. Let's see if I can put my regular. Alan. Wow. Now, Alan Jackson. Oh, then I got so it's on commercial. I'll put it on my regular. Oh, listen, yes, we've been talking about this. My cruise tips. Let's see, where is it? This is my cruise tip. This is what I got. I got me another camera. I haven't tried it out yet. This is brand new camera.
oh
But
okay,
this brand new camera I'm gonna test out probably next week or something like that. It's brand new camera. It has a the basically USB port. It has HDMI port, a mini one, and it has a, SD port. And I can put up to 256 gigabytes on this camera. I can't wait to try it out. It has a zoom lens, um, so I can't wait to try it out, see what it does.
yeah, should be pretty good.
Yeah, I think I paid like $89 on it on Cyber Monday. I think.
Yeah, I won $53 on FanDuel Thursday night. Uh, I did the little. They had like a little fantasy pick thing you could do. You pick your players. You have like a budget, and I spent like it cost me like $4 for two entries, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I checked it this morning, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you won $53." I was like, "Wow, it's not bad."
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, I have this one that I want to try this one, and I had this one for a while. This thing is a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
Bluetooth. I bought this one last year and I took it with me, and this thing is pretty loud. So and it holds a full charge. Probably about 7 8 hours. I put that on. I took it on a cruise with me and put my music with my phone. Now, basically, I have like two phones. I have my main phone. This is the main phone right here.
right.
That's the main phone. This one has like 64 gigabytes of space, and the one of the main things. And then I got the backup phone just in case anything happens to that one. I have a backup phone, and it has a different number. So, but yeah, I use that. I use my main one for like Wi-Fi, doing videos and pictures and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good when you go on a cruise. You don't have to worry about it. Just put it on airplane mode, and then if you're doing any videos or pictures, every time every night before I go to bed, I hook it up to I bring my laptop too. So that's the main thing. Bring your laptop on here, and so you got your USB, ports on your laptop. You can hook that up. It also
yeah,
charges my phone and camera and all that stuff. So, basically those cabins only have two outlets. Yeah.
right, right.
So basically, I have a USB port. I can't find it right now. It's probably underneath, underneath something or over there on my other main computer. Oh, I was going to ask you, did you ever figure out your software uh, for your when you
Oh, for live stream.
no for your video editing?
Oh yeah, well, I'm using the same one that Bill from Warmstrong,
Yeah.
the Filmora. So I started out using that one, and I did the free version at first, and then I decided I'd give it a try, do the upgraded version, and I think it was like $25 or something like that. But you get like a lot of extra, transitions and music and things that you can use, to make your videos look better.
So
I, it's the easiest one that I've found. All these other ones, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there, but the Filmora was the one that was easiest for me to use.
yeah, so basically it's you use the monthly fee. And you tried out the free version of that software first
Yeah,
before you.
I did a few videos with the free version, and I liked it. There's nothing wrong with the free version, but I decided, give it a try, see what some of the extras are, which I like. I'm liking that so far.
Oh, see, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try it out. I haven't tried it out. I got a different software. I can't even pronounce the name. Oh, let's see. Look at the chat. Life of Coley Nova. Hey, welcome.
Hey,
Don't forget,
Life of Chloe.
don't forget when you come in here, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you're here. Make sure you show YouTube. Show me some love because I need it. But hey, if Life with Chloe, if you want to join the conversation, we're just talking about cruise tips and news. A lot of want to know about cruising. As a solo cruiser like me and Cruise Vet are, the one of the things I hate about solo cruiser, we have to pay double, which is ridiculous. I don't understand it. Oh, there. Okay, here we go. Jennifer,
Hey,
Empire
Jennifer.
Nation. What? Jennifer, are you still mad at me? I'm gonna call out for her husband and go on again. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, cool. If you come in, you know, if you want, we're just talking about some basic stuff, cruise tips. Um, yeah, because I talked to Jennifer's house and I said, hey man, you know what? They live in Texas too. I forget you in Texas too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just talking about we're just talking about doing like a guys cruise for me, you, Roll Strong, Derek from Island Time, and Cruise Nuts. Just go do a cruise. And
That'd be like the
Jennifer,
18.
well, yeah, I understand that, but I ask my friends if they want to go on a cruise. And basically, they tell me, "Well, my wife won't let me, or my girlfriend won't let me." I said, "Man, come on now, come on, bro." So that's it. But yeah, so basically, since you're a solo cruiser, and you get a lot of good discounts as far as the casino. You probably had to spend a lot of money to do that. Uh,
Well, like the first time that, because I went on, what was it, the Carnival Vista,
hmm
and this was back like right at the beginning of the restart, back July 2020, whatever it was, 2021, and so I went to the casino, and I mean I had like $300 to gamble that I decided. And I used that over the course of the cruise. I mean, I got up, and then of course, I ended up losing it all. But uh, so really, that 300 was probably a little bit more. It was kind of amplified with the stuff I won. But then, as soon as I got back from that cruise, I started getting like all kinds of casino deals from Carnival, and so now I just go, like, whenever I go, I make sure I go play a little bit, get some points accumulated, so that way they keep sending me offers. Which is, if you're a solo cruiser, it's not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
You get around that whole double occupancy thing, the single supplement or whatever.
I think the last cruise I went on to Vista, I got a good deal. Well, I had a good before I met. I talked to the person, cruise provider, whatever you want to call her, and she works for Carlos. She calls me up and said, "Hey, Z, I got a good deal for you." Now it was like 2 weeks before the actual cruise, and she said, "Yeah, I got a good deal for you. You can sail on the Carnival Vista for 7 days. Uh, you get a ocean view and a wheelchair assisted room because I was riding a scooter. I could give you all that for $600."
That's a pretty good deal.
And I said, "So."
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the auctioneer, but without, and the only thing I had to pay was like, I think the drink package at the time was probably about $300 to $400, um, and then you get the $200 onboard credit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good to go. So I did that. I rented a scooter. I rented it for like $200. Rented a scooter, and then it was a good cruise. That's when I met Derek, and we had too much fun. And and
Y'all didn't fall overboard though, so that's
no. See, I have common sense. I don't get as drunk as I used to back in the day. The thing is, as far as drinking, a lot of people make this mistake. If you're on like a regular routine, you're drinking something like shots of fire, and then you fireball, and then you try something a different kind of shot. That's when you're messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people doing shots of fireball, then they start doing Jägermeister and tequila, and that would mess you up. That would mess you up. I learned that throughout the years. You do not do that. You stay on the same shot or the same drink. You eat before you start drinking.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't remember that you need to eat something before you start drinking. It's common sense.
Well,
Yeah.
the interesting story about drinking on the cruise ship, and I don't know if this is a good story to tell or not, but I was on the Vista back in what was it, April, and I had the drink package, but that in Galveston that first day, it doesn't kick in. So I got on board, and so I was back at the Havana bar, and they had all these drink specials. Like every time I'd order a drink, the guy would be like, "Well, hey, for another $1, we'll throw in an extra shot or something." And so basically I was doubling up, and well, so long story short, I had probably close to 20 drinks that first day, probably more than that. And so at the end of the night, I think I had went to go get pizza somewhere around 2-3 in the morning. I ate the pizza, and I was sitting over in the little buffet area, the seating area.
I know what you're talking about.
And I nodded off. I put my head down on the table, and I was done. Well, at some point, security comes by, and they just kind of was like, "Hey, buddy, why don't you let us walk you back to your cabin? You can't be sleeping up here." So I was like, "All right," and I kind of halfway remember that. And so I get back. So they get me back in my cabin. I get in, and at some point, I guess I must have thrown up, and like I said, they were there when they to witness all this. And well, I don't even really remember that part of it. But I woke up the next day, and my head was in the suitcase, and it was a bad scene altogether. But I had a really bad hangover, so I didn't even leave the cabin that second day.
Oh man.
So the morning of the third day, I roll into the Sky Bar, the sports bar, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I ordered like, hey man, let me get a spicy Bloody Mary, to kick things off.
Uh-huh.
The dude makes it up. I give him my card. He swiped it, and he's like, oh, he's like, your alcohol privileges have been taken away.
What?
I was like, what? And I was like, well, what does that mean? And he said, well, I can't serve you any drinks. Matter of fact, I got to take that one back. And I was like, oh, man. So then he's like, yeah, you need to go talk to guest services. So go down there, and then they referred me over to security. I talked to the security guys, and they're like, yeah, it's out of our hands. The ship's doctor got involved, and it was the ship's
What?
doctor. She made the call to take your privileges away. So you got to talk to her to get it back. And then I was worried because I was like, well, did I do anything? Did I destroy property? Did I hit somebody? They're like, no, you didn't. You were just passed out in the buffet area. And so I went and talked to the ship's doctor, and she was just like, yeah, we're not giving your stuff back to you for the rest of the cruise. And
oh my.
But I mean, they did refund me the drink package. So the money I paid on that, they gave it back, and they did give me. They put me on the bubbles, so I could get soda and things like that. But I mean, wow, first day of the cruise, lose my alcohol privileges, so I had to ride it out. So when we hit like Jamaica was the first port, I went to an all-inclusive resort, and I was two-fisting the whole time, because they couldn't say nothing about that. But yeah, that was they can
right. Yeah,
they can take away your privileges.
that's why if I'm sorry to I would not do it. If I go out like 2 o'clock in the morning, I would not. When I rode my scooter, they could have pulled me over for DWI. I'm just saying that's some. I have never heard they take away your drink privileges because you. Did they say what you do? What do you do?
The doctor said that because I was traveling by myself, and because I had thrown up in my cabin, and they witnessed it.
Well, how did they witness it?
Logic. Well, because they escorted me back. They walked me down because I was up at the Lido Marketplace area.
Mm-hmm.
So they walked me down, put me in my cabin, and then they were just like, hey, let's make sure, he's all right. And I guess as soon as I got in the cabin, I like threw up or something. And so then that was her justification, because she said, well, you're traveling by yourself, and if we serve you, you may, I guess, throw up and choke on it or something, I guess was the thought process. So yeah, it was, I definitely, so every time I go back on Carnival now, I'm real like cautious,
Well, you probably changed it. Well, you probably did you eat something before you started drinking?
Oh yeah. I because like I said, because I got on board, I had lunch. I think Guy's Pig and Anchor, and then I went over to the Havana bar because I had a Havana room that cruise, and so I was just hanging out in that little area, and like I said, that since it's the first day, they had a lot of drink specials because nobody's drink package had kicked in.
Started.
The bartender now, I mean, it's dumb on me for taking advantage of that, because the bartender, every time I would order like a rum and Coke or something, he'd be like, hey man, for an extra $1, we'll throw an extra shot in there for you.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So the first day you didn't use your drink package. So how can you get rid of your drink package and you didn't use it officially?
Well, I tried to say that, but she was like, well, it doesn't matter. You did, you got drunk and you threw up and blah 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 blah. So we think it's dangerous to serve you. And I was like, all right, well, then I should get my money
Oh
back because
wow.
I didn't even get to use. I paid out of
Yeah,
pocket for all those
yeah,
drinks.
yeah. And did you get now? This is for the first time. Did you get that money from that for the first
Yeah,
day?
because I had I think I because they didn't throw in the drink package on that cruise. I paid for it beforehand, and so
Mm-hmm.
they refunded it back to my sailing sign, and
Oh wow.
which
See,
was good because that offset the cost of all the 20 drinks that I bought the first day, which I mean that's like almost a couple of $100 right there.
wow. See that I was. Oh, hey James, what's going on?
Hey James.
Welcome to the alcoholic. No, no, no.
And then I
Seriously.
got cut off again when I was on the Dream. I didn't get cut off, but uh, on that one they threw in the drink package with the casino deal. So I was at the Alchemy bar, and they got the little Ocean Plaza right there, and I was listening to the music, and the guy was bringing me drinks.
Hmm.
Well, he brought me one. I had ordered something. I forget what it was, but he brought it to me and he said, "Well, he's like, that's your 10th drink."
Well,
And I was like, okay. I mean, thank you for,
you got 5 to go.
and,
Yeah,
and he kept pointing at the receipt because they put your number on the receipt.
right.
And I was like, well, and he said, well, yeah, you're done. And I was like, oh, so you mean I got to pay out of pocket for the next one? And he's like, no. He's like, we're not. The bartender said we can't serve you anymore. You've had. And I
What?
was like,
What?
wait a
What?
minute.
You had the drink package,
Yeah,
and
you're supposed to
it's
get 15,
15. It's
right?
15. You didn't eat it.
So he tried to cut me off at 10. So I had to once again go down to guest services, and they had to call the casino host, and the casino host had to go down to the Alchemy bar and straighten it
Okay.
out, and then because I should have got 5 more after
Right.
that 10th one.
Right.
So, but they got it. They got it straightened out, and that was the only issue I had on that one. But
Well, see,
it's interesting.
yeah. When me and Derek, speaking of that one, me and Derek were doing. There was a time when Arkansas was playing in the college basketball tournament, and so we were at the Sky Bar, and after the game, I think I went over my limit because I was just drinking all day.
Yeah.
And usually they close probably the Sky Bar right around 12:30. But we kept that Sky Bar open to like 2:30. Because basically, I went over my limit, and basically, I told Derek, I said, "Hey, man, this is great. I want some money off of that game." And my friend called me and said, "Hey, you want some money? You can do what you want." I said, "Okay." I had, especially those bartenders mainly work on tips. So me and
Right.
Derek, I mean, I think between the two of us, I think we tipped them together like $150.
Right.
But we're having fun. I mean, I was over my limit. I was fine. I was fine. We're doing shots of fireball. I was doing the rum drink. I
Yeah.
was doing great. I mean, awesome, man. I mean, it depends. It depends on any kind of bartender. I mean, there's some good bartenders there. There's some bad ones. There's some bad, but I have never got cut off because of that. That's just it's
Yeah.
totally ridiculous. Well, yeah,
Well, I make the mistakes so everybody else doesn't have to. I'm out here, you know, taking the hits for everybody, so
yeah.
y'all can
But
learn from my mistakes.
oh, oh, well, James says he's not going to ride the drink packet. Well, here's the thing, James, and Kuzma will bounce for what he said. the first day, you had, I guess you had like the first day the drink package doesn't work in Galveston, but it works in Florida. The reason why they don't do it in Galveston when it comes to Carnival, because Carnival does not want to pay the taxes to the state of Texas. That's why they do that. On Royal Caribbean, if you buy the drink package on Royal Caribbean, it starts when you get on board the ship. You don't have to wait the next day.
Yeah.
So Carnival is just trying to be cheap. Because Derek and Amanda had a package in Miami, and it started as soon as they got aboard the ship. It started in Florida, but Texas had this. I mean, it's just ridiculous what people are doing. Especially when you get on board the ship, you try to spend some money. You should not have it. Now, Carnival should not have a limit on that because you're spending your money. You spend your money on there. You bought the drink package before you go on the cruise. You always spend your money. They should not have a limit.
Yeah.
The limit person is the person that is drinking. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that doesn't understand that, and it's just a total. I have mixed feelings about that because I am a professional alcoholic. I like to call that. Oh, so James used to be a bartender. I used to be a bartender too. I used to be a bartender at a. I used to be a bartender at this club that used to be for, like a black club, and black people are notorious for not tipping. So I didn't stay there that long. But I also bartended at the pool hall. And the pool hall, I made so much money on tips because, well, let me tell you this story since we're talking about this and it involves with cruising. That's
Yeah.
the way it started. I got a job working at this pool hall, and the guy that owns the bar uh, has a visa, and he's from China. He owns the bar. So I think he had to go back home to China for a couple of months. so, and then this young guy, younger than me, he's like, they're just Chinese or Vietnamese. He was like the bar manager. I mean, a young guy. I mean, he was
Right.
like 23, 24. And so basically, he was just, we worked the books. So we were just free pouring crazy. I mean, just free pouring everything. Yeah, it's like $7, and we're just putting it in the tip jar. So we come home, we get out of there by $300 a night. Now this is in Alton, Texas. So it was just those days was fun. And then that guy started me and said, "Hey man, you know what? You didn't try this shot." And it was the first time I ever did Jaeger.
Oh,
And I said, "Yeah, let's go and do this."
wow.
I had like 8, 9 shots of Jaeger, and
Man.
sometimes I stay at the pool hall all night.
Yeah.
But I ain't going nowhere. I'll sleep on the pool table. I'm so hammered. You don't want to go out there and drink and drive. I stay there and wait till the next day, and then I'll go home. I got the keys. So I lock it up, go home, try to get some rest, take a shower, and come back up the next afternoon because we opened at 3 o'clock, so it was like 3 to 2. So yeah, I was making all kinds of money. In those days, money was. I was thinking about money. I was basically thinking about money, and then when I got to my 40s, 50s, I was thinking about food a lot. That's why I like cruising. It's the same thing. but you're the customer, and you know your bartenders when you go on the cruise. Regards to tipping, how do you usually tip after you pay the drink package?
Well, like I say, I usually I'll tip and give them a big tip at the beginning. You know what I mean? That way, that way I keep getting good service, or they know
Hmm.
that hey, this guy he's appreciative or whatever, and or especially like if I'm in the casino, because a lot of times if I don't get the drink package, I get free drinks in the casino, so I give them
Hmm.
something, you know. Like when I was on Ovation of the Seas for my Alaska cruise, I got all my drinks free down in the casino. And there was like this one guy, and that dude, he saw me as soon as I set foot in the casino. Man, he had one ready, and because
Yeah.
I gave him like a $10 tip just to start things off that first day.
Hmm.
And then like the last night of the cruise, like before they closed the casino, he came over and was like shook my hand and was basically let me know he appreciated all the tips and everything. So we kind of like hung out for a little bit, but yeah, I try to like I said I try to give him something up front, and then I'll give him a dollar or two throughout.
Throughout the night or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, because the thing is, like I always say, when I go to a bar, when I go to a cruise ship, I go just about every bar. I'll get my first drink and then go look around, see what's happening, see what the bartenders are doing. And I'll pick a one bartender, and then I'll pick another one, and then I compare and say, let's see how fast he gives me my drink, and see if he do a little free pouring on the side or whatever. And
yeah,
then I say, hey man, if you're doing a good job, I get like $2 or $3. Before I go on the cruise, I go to the bank and get like 50s and ones and 50s and fives and probably about 120s. Just to put it out there. So
yeah,
you're on vacation. You want to have a great time. You want to have good service. Mhm. So
yeah,
that's what I
definitely.
do. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do that. Because you got to remember, these people are working. I mean, they're working for themselves. They're working to support their family. And you don't see a lot of Americans. You don't see a lot of Americans working on cruise.
No,
That's some
not
hard
really.
work. I mean, yeah. So most of those guys get the contract. They have to work at least 6 months to a year. So basically, they work basically every day. Usually, don't have a day off. Once in a blue moon, they will. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's oh, Jennifer said, yeah, you had a bad experience with Jaeger. See, you need to be on screen so we can talk to you. Us professional alcoholics can help you how to deal with that. So why don't you come on in, James?
it's,
James used to be a bartender.
it's like an AA meeting.
It's an AA meeting for cruisers. Yeah, no, basically. Yeah, so your favorite drink of choice is what?
uh, well, here lately I've been drinking a lot of wine. You know, beer and wine. But then I don't know if I'm drinking liquor, I'll drink bourbon, vodka, tequila. A lot of times I'll get like a beer and then I'll do like a shot of tequila every now and then.
No, no. I do. I like the rum fruit punch they have. Oh man, I can tear that
Yeah,
thing up. I can have like 9 or 10 of those and feel fine.
but I
And
like the rum runners. I'll try to get a good rum runner.
then we gotta talk about this baby right here. I like to talk about this because it's not as powerful as Jägermeister or tequila.
Yeah, my daughter, she got me on. She introduced me to this stuff called Screwball, and
Oh,
it's
hmm.
like it's kind of the same as Fireball, but it's peanut butter flavored, which is kind of
Peanut butter.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, kind of odd.
It's actually not too bad. I mean, if you're just sitting around, drinking and you want to do a quick shot of something and not really get too tore down.
Okay, well, now it's getting close. 21-17 TCU. Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
And they're getting
Oh, they
TCU's
just
get
got a
ready.
penalty.
TCU's get ready to score. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's that time of year. I mean, you're gonna have to get all these championship games.
So and they're playing at my favorite spot, Jerry World, ATT Stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of the
So I
games up there.
well they got smart. I mean they get a lot of these people in here. Uh, yeah,
Don't they
okay.
have the is the SEC championship game today or
I think it's next week.
next week?
I think I'm not 100% sure about that. I haven't talked to my friend about it. Okay, so in a casino, like to get the fun ship, or oh yeah, the fun shops. I love the fun shop, especially the liquor. Why do you say that, B? I say that because for those of you that want to know about the fun shops and the liquor, um, basically there's some liquor they have on those ships that they do not sell in America for some stupid reason. I don't get it, but I buy my sister. It's called Pure Hennessy White, and it's a little bit stronger
Hey
than the
man,
regular.
not to cut you off, I got to jump off. My mom was just calling me, so I told her I'd give her a call today. So, but
All right, bro.
thanks for
Well,
having me
I
on, though.
appreciate you.
Take care,
Don't
everybody.
forget, I'll be on. Good to go. Okay. All right. So, no, that was Kuzvet. He's an incredible person. He likes cruising. He gets those good, sweet casino deals. So, all right, who's the next contestant? Let's see. Hey, James and Jennifer, if you want to come in and be on the spotlight, and James and Jennifer, if you want to talk about your channel, uh, you go in here and you two guys, if you have any questions, comments about cruising or about YouTube or anything. Let's see here. So I gonna repeat some of the things we were talking about. There's 4 people coming on. Let's see here. If you want to come in here, there's the invite. Let's see here. As I was talking to everybody else, cruise ships, especially for Cyber Monday. I got this bad boy here. Look at that camera. I paid $75 for this camera on Cyber Monday. It's good. It is a zoom lens. It has a SD port. The port could hold a card for 500 gigabytes. I can't wait to use it. I'm gonna try it out tomorrow. I'm gonna do some video. I'm gonna do some pictures like that. But yeah, this is pretty good for Cyber Monday, and they might have some deals going on this weekend. And for those of you that going to cruising and you want to have your music with you, our suggestion is to get a Bluetooth speaker like this one. This one is like $50 I bought last year. Real powerful. Let's see if I can turn it on, see if you can hear it. Oh, okay. All right. And then you turn it off. Okay. All right. We'll try it again. and turn off. This one holds a charge of 8 hours. So together with your iPhone or Android phone or tablet, 8 hours of music, put it on the balcony, and you're good to go. Yeah. So Jennifer, if you have any questions about how to do a YouTube channel, I know you got a little bit on it. If you have any questions, how to do a live broadcast, this is basically StreamYard is a free service. Just you got to add your email address and password and all that stuff. It's a free service. You get up to 20 hours of free live video stream. Um, oh, where am I missing here on? Sorry, I'm watching the game too, so they must have did something. I don't know what they did. Oh, you can't accept it in the end zone. Okay. All right. So basically, yeah. Y'all had any questions for me? Well, thank you, Jennifer. I can't wait to try it out. Um, Other than that, let's see what else is going on here with the news you can use. We were talking about the news of the week. Um, we were talking about that guy that survived in the Gulf of Mexico for 21 hours. And basically, he said he doesn't remember going to the bathroom or he doesn't remember getting on off the ship. And he said he was drinking earlier that day, but he said he was not drunk when it allegedly fell off. So, yeah, it's one of those days. I hope. Oh, before I get out of here, don't forget, I will be on 6 p.m. tonight to finish the day. I'll be on 6 p.m. Central. You want to come by and do some chatting? I'm going to end this with the phrase of the day: do not drink and drive. Do not hang around the knuckleheads who do. And do not drink and fall overboard on a cruise ship. All right, guys. I'll see y'all at 6 p.m. Central Time.